back in Tuscany and we've got a very busy week ahead of us. So let me explain. Let me see, where do I start? So about 5 years ago, when Sarah and Luca came to visit us in Positano during the lockdowns, I think it was the summer of 2021, they came to visit us and they stayed for a few days and we had a really nice time, and we were taking them around the Amalfi Coast. We went to Amalfi and Ravello on scooters, and we just took them around and showed them our area, and we had a lovely time. And after they left, we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could do this, host people and invite them to come and stay with us and share a week of our lives with them. And we got really into planning it until we realized that in Positano, with the amount of steps we have, it was just all a bit too much. And jokingly we said, well, we'll just have to put it off until we've got a house in Tuscany and we'll do it there one day. Well, that day actually arrived. So now we've been in Tuscany for 2 years and we've been thinking about it right from the beginning. As you know, if you've been following us from when we were house hunting, you will know that at the beginning we were actually hunting for a much bigger property where we could host people and almost have like a B&B and have people come to stay, and we would have taken them around from there. But we ended up buying a smaller property because then we didn't know if we'd like it here. We didn't know if we wanted to stay. It got complicated really fast. Anyhow, let's wind forward to last summer, where I was starting to talk to Carlo about inviting people to come and stay and hosting people and showing them around. And we were starting to put together a plan of all the things we could do. We'd met people in the area, we'd discovered activities and things to do and days out and things that we wanted to show people. And we were pretty much ready to start this new adventure. So then we started thinking about where would we have people staying. And our friends Claire and Andy have a beautiful farmhouse very nearby, and we just thought it would be the perfect location for our guests to stay. But we had to see if Claire and Andy were okay with it. Then, before I even had a chance to ask them, Andy phoned me, and this is just such a bizarre coincidence. He phoned me and said, Claire and I want to do some events where we'd like to have people come and stay, and we will organise their vacations for them, and we'll feed them and we'll drive them round and we'll take them places. Would you like to host it for us? And I just looked at him and said, Andy, you've just literally taken the words out of my mouth. That is exactly what I want to do. So we got together and we started planning. So in October, I launched the retreats. I did a video on Aperitivo 50. I was actually quite scared of launching it to such a big audience. I knew that I'd get a lot of replies and I knew I'd get a lot of people that want to come, but I also knew that there'd be a lot of controversy over it. So I was quite scared to launch it. So I never actually mentioned it on this main channel here. I just mentioned it on our midweek channel, Aperitivo 50. And basically, this is what happened the next day. So last night, I published on Aperitivo 50 the video where I introduce you to the idea and I talk about the treats and what we're going to do. And then I tell you how to go ahead and book if you're interested in doing it. And last night, about 3 hours after the video went out, I had a quick look at my emails and I already had 35 applicants. That was at 7:30 last night. It's now 10 o'clock in the morning. I haven't had a look, so I'm going to go over and see how many applicants I've got to get through today. I don't think I'm going to go through these on my own. I think what I'll do later today is go over to Claire and Andy's and we will go through them together. 115.
Wow.
So we had a load of applicants. There was hundreds, and there was no way I could have sorted through it on my own. So I went over and sat with Claire one day, and we slowly worked through about 150 emails, and there was more coming through as we were doing it. And we were trying to sort people into which months they wanted to come, whether they were yeses or whether they were definite no's. There were some of them that were definite no's. We did an application form, so we had to ask a few questions. One of the questions was, are you comfortable walking for over an hour on uneven ground? And if anybody said no, we unfortunately had to exclude them, just because we knew that this week would involve a lot of walking, because our lives involve a lot of walking. We excluded a few people and we started to narrow down the applicants.
Right, let's look at the it is amazing.
You must be really proud that
September.
all these people want to come and share an experience with you.
Yeah.
Like you said, you've had it in your mind as to what you wanted to do.
It is a bit scary, but I'm so unconfident in myself that I feel
Really?
like some of them are just like, I don't know, they're just filling it. I don't know, they probably won't want to come, and they're just filling it out to see what I do next. I don't know.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's
May.
a credit to what you've done.
Okay, so booking for one person, May. So let's write her name down. So we've been at this for over an hour now, and we've still got 80 emails to go through.
And there's still applications coming through as we sit here,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But
and some of them are really long. Some people have like written essays and really enthusiastic, which is really nice to read.
Yeah.
So we're putting everybody in groups of which month. Now some people haven't read through all the information, especially where it says sold out for September and October. And so those ones obviously we're just sort of leaving, but we're putting everybody else in like wait lists and then trying to narrow it down a bit, but it's hard going.
Yeah. And it's difficult. We talked about the people. It's difficult if they've said that they can't walk for an hour.
Yes, we're having to exclude anybody who says that they have difficulty walking, because there will be quite a bit of walking around the market, walking around towns, going for a walk with the dog. Oh, talking about the dog, we are also having to exclude anybody who is petrified of dogs. Because there will be
We're surrounded by them.
3 dogs around. But yeah, anybody with allergies. I mean, the dogs don't go in the apartments or anything, but it's just easier to not have to worry about that. And seeing as we've got so many people to go through, it's just keeping it easy.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised by how many people don't want to come in June, because June is the most beautiful month in Italy. All the flowers are out, the weather's great, and everybody wants to come all the other months. Yeah.
May or June.
May or June, but let's put them for May and we'll keep June for singles.
All oversubscribed.
Well,
You'll have to have a wait list for
I know
2027.
we will, but a lot of people won't
No,
go
that's
through
true.
with paying the deposit, I'm sure. And one thing I wanted to say was there was a comment worrying really about whether we were going to be filming all these people that came to stay with us and getting them to sign release forms and stuff. I don't plan on filming the retreat or the weeks with the people, because I sort of want to keep it as a surprise what they're doing, because if we film everything then there's no point anybody coming, because they would have seen it all in our videos. So I'm more interested in filming the preparations for it and all the planning, and then obviously we'll show little bits of it. And if people want to participate in the videos and say something about it, I would love that. But I'm not planning on shoving a camera in people's faces as we're going around doing all the activities, for sure. Don't worry about me shoving a camera in your face.
You've not done it for content.
No, God,
You've
not
done
at all.
it because
No.
you've been desperate to do this for a long time.
Yeah, and also it's
And lots
a way
people
of...
have been asking you to do it.
Yeah, and also it's a way of supporting all the local businesses.
Yeah.
So we're doing... this is really nice for all the people that run the truffle hunting excursions, and it's going to be
The wineries
and everything, and it's
the chocolate people
and the other people that we still have to get in touch with.
yeah.
It's now the 11th of November, and I have just 2 places left for June. I think. I'm so confused. It's been so confusing. So many people have filled out the application forms really, really enthusiastically, and then when I've invited them to join the retreat, I've just never heard back from them. So I've had to give everybody a week to give them a chance to answer. So then it's like sitting around and waiting for a week, and then after a week crossing them off the list, finding somebody else to invite. And I feel like I've been through so many people. I mean, so many applicants. It's incredible. Obviously, a lot of applicants, once they were invited, had second thoughts and said, "Oh no, sorry, something's come up," and that's fine. But yeah, I still haven't closed it. So I've got 2 more spaces in June. I'm waiting for 2 people to answer, but I think the week is already up for both of them. And if that's the case, I will again choose 2 more and then wait another week. And it's never ending. But we've got October, September and May all full, and I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody. So what we've done is we've got mainly couples for October, September and May, a couple of singles, and then June we had a lot of applicants for single ladies, and we decided to make June a single lady event. So there's been like an extra amount of dropping in and out because there's like 8 people dropping in and out rather than 4 couples. So I've got 2 more that I'm just waiting on, and then we'll be done and I can start the preparations, which I'm really excited about. Once we had confirmed who was coming in which months and we'd taken some deposits, we started planning the food. Now, this was a huge thing because we wanted to cook for all of our guests, and Andy and Claire are great. They're wonderful cooks. Both of them are really, really talented. Claire makes the most amazing breads and buns and focaccias as well. And we did want to feed our guests really well. There was going to be lots of eating out in restaurants, but there was also going to be lots of meals at the farmhouse, and we wanted to cook for them. So we had a lot of meals to plan because we also, of course, had to take on the food restrictions that certain people had. And there was with 8 people in each group, there was quite a lot of different things to consider. So let's say, for example, gluten-free, alcohol-free, vegetarian, vegan, allergies, all sorts of things. So we had to consider all of that. So we did a lot of meal planning. And then there's a whole ton of salads. I don't know if you know, but when I'm in Positano and I do meals, I do like 4 or 5 different bowls of stuff on the table sometimes. Yeah. So there's an avocado and tuna salad, which is really popular, which has got avocado, tuna, apple, celery, and you can put it in lettuce. If you can get romaine lettuce, you can wrap it in that, and it's really nice. Yeah. The fennel and orange salad that I always do, and I always add carrot and lettuce. People aren't going to want pasta every day, because everybody I know who's come on holiday always says after 3 days, oh my God, can we have something
something light. And we put some of the days, like when they go on the Sunday and you're going for lunch, I've just put light dinner, so that will be a lunch somewhere, and so potentially they might just want something light for the evening anyway. So these sorts of salads will be perfect.
There were excursions and activities to organise. We visited wineries, truffle hunters, chocolatiers and more, booking in advance for the groups so that everything was organised and ready.
Se io non avevo mai visto. Sì, la prima volta.
Questo è un tipo di tartufo che c'è in questa stagione. Si chiama appunto tartufo bianchetto o tartufo marrone. Eppure sono tartufi. Sì. Tutto tartufo. Sì. Senti che differenza che c'è fra questo che si chiama bianchetto e questo. Questo si chiama nero pregiato. Questo lo usiamo appunto per la vendita perché è più rari averli di queste dimensioni qua.
There were more meetings about food and the menu than anything else. We wanted it to be perfect, and we wanted our guests to enjoy and try lots of different things. I'm just going to go around the front of the house because it's getting a bit windy over there. Yeah, I mean, we'll be back from Vico Pisano about 4:30.
Yeah, it says 4:30. So maybe that evening we do sort of joint salady type things.
Yeah.
Well, on the trattoria, so
it's not actually. It's quite an elegant restaurant.
Some people might have things that are quite light.
Yeah, might. Yeah. I mean, it's a small menu. It's got like 6 or 7 choices.
So we've said a light dinner. Andy always loves 3 courses. I'm not fussed about 3 courses, but I do think it's quite nice to have something sweet at the end of the dinner.
So, definitely, always, I mean, even if it's even just like a fruit salad.
Yeah, agreed. Or meringues or something like that, or a bit of a pick and mix where people can have fruit if they want it, but if they want something a bit more, with cream and things. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know Andy likes to do the starters, prima and secondo and all of that, but I actually quite like to have like lots of choices, like when we do the barbecue where you can just pick and mix and take what you want, so there's a bit for everyone.
Agreed. So then the Sunday we're going to do salady type dishes then, and maybe just some salady type dishes. Okie doke. Monday is, we're going to do the pizzas, aren't we? So that's fairly straightforward.
Yeah, so that's easy because we're just gonna go down to Fortney and pick up a little takeaway piece.
That's really straightforward.
Cop out.
Right. So
I mean, hopefully I can make a load of elderflower cordial, and
good
we can
idea.
have
yeah,
that with fizzy water
yeah,
for non-drinkers
Yeah,
and
perfect.
stuff, which would be nice. It'd be nice to have like things that
Yeah.
they've seen me make in the video that they can try.
yeah. So that's Monday. Then the Tuesday is when they go to San Gimignano and Voltaire.
Massive tea that you didn't ask for.
Fancy Sunday.
I also wanted to put together some welcome gifts, just a few bits and pieces, things that I love and use. And I didn't actually film much of it because I was so busy trying to remember all the things that I wanted to pick up, especially when I went back to Positano, that I totally forgot to film it. Just one little bit we managed to get.
Cioè, è già sì.
Ah, è già sì, ok.
Anche se non so. Ok, Nicki. Sono. Quanti sono? Sono 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 e 15.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15.
Perfetto.
1 month before the first guests arrived, and we were still booking a few of the restaurants in, and we were still refining the menu just so that it suited everybody perfectly.
Have we sorted out a place for them to go for lunch yet? Have you spoken to your
Don't
Voltaire?
need to speak to Owen about that, but I've got a vague idea.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Those,
Like I
all
say-
those restaurants under his house
And
are all
that
good.
pizza place is really, really good if you
But
can't.
the
find anywhere else.
problem is, because it's a lot of us, they're all full because it's touristy time. This is what I'm
Yeah.
worried about. Will they book a table? I need to talk to him, actually. Maybe I'll. We were also trying to divide the cooking fairly between us, taking consideration that I would often be out all day with the guests, so I didn't have to come home and cook too much as soon as I got home and then take it all over to Claire and Andy's for dinner. It got a bit complicated, but in the end we managed.
So the question is, do you do something with a meat or a fish?
Or do we do, what about a rice dish? Because we haven't done any risotto. So
Yeah.
how about a risotto?
Yeah, we could do a risotto. Andy does a brilliant.
I mean, nobody
mushroom
said that they
risotto.
don't eat seafood. We could do like zucchini and gambari risotto or something.
Andy does a really nice prawn and asparagus.
So we went back to Positano for a couple of weeks just before the first group came. We just needed some time to be with friends and family because we were going to be so busy for the next few weeks here. So we had a couple of weeks there. It was lovely. It was a little bit chilly still, but it was really nice to spend some time with Sky, with Carlo's mum, and see all of our friends too. And when we came back here, we had about 3 days before everybody arrived. And we also had a newly planted vegetable garden to check on as well. The garden is doing really well. Everything has grown since we've got back, and so have the weeds. So I am sitting here pulling out weeds, and it's not so much weeds, it's the grass that was already here, and then Carlo went and ploughed it all, and of course the grass is regrowing again. So I'm sitting here very patiently trying to put it all out, starting with this bed here, and we'll see how we go. Today is the day that our first retreat starts, and we've got off to a wonderful start because there's a burst water pipe right at the very, very top of the driveway, and we don't know how long it's been there for. I mean, it wasn't there yesterday afternoon for sure, but there's been water pouring down the driveway possibly all night long. It's a bit of a mess, and Carla's going to have to sort it out. Of course, today's Saturday as well, which means we can't call anybody to come and fix it, so he's going to have to do it himself. Came out here to play ball with Indy, and I thought, that's strange, it hasn't rained. Why is it wet going up the driveway? So I walked, and I walked, and I walked. I went all the way up to the end and saw water coming out the ground. So we've switched off the water at the mains. Thank God that Carlo knows how to do all this stuff, because if he wasn't here, we wouldn't have any water. God knows how long. And I've taken a car and I've parked at the other side of where he's going to have to dig a hole, because it is right in the middle of the driveway.
Ho trovato una sorgente d'acqua. Dove cazzo sta sto tubo?
It's all and well having a 300-metre long driveway until you have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth all day long. Carla's just sent me back, and I've only just got up there to get a zapper. It's a zapper? A hoe, I think? Not really sure. But I'm going to get that, and I'm now contemplating getting down my old bicycle and using that to go back and forth, but I don't actually think I can cycle on a bicycle that I haven't used for 30 years with a hoe. So maybe we'll just walk, which will be safer, especially as I'm supposed to be trying to keep myself alive to host this retreat later on today. Right, which is the zapper? Put it down. Presuming that's what he wants, because the other one is a rake and the other one is a spade. Luckily, I don't have any retreat stuff to do this evening because we're starting with a welcome dinner. So we've got up until 6 o'clock this evening to fix this hole, which I'm sure we'll get done before that. No idea, it's probably about 9 in the morning at the moment.
Volevo dire che stamattina è arrivato anche Giovanni a dare una mano. E lui è un noto cercatore di perdite di acqua.
You found it?
Sì, sì, è qui, è qui, è qui.
And there's the hole. Ma come succede un buco così quando è tutto bello seppellito?
Non lo so, era già lì. Era già così.
Non ci lavori.
Adesso vado ad aprire l'acqua per vedere se è quella la perdita, ma è evidente che è quella.
Trudy! Lei! È lei!
Stop!
Lo puoi tagliare.
We have a beautiful patch of poppies at the moment, right at the beginning of the driveway.
Questo semplice attrezzo siamo andati a comprare io a Giovanni, che mi ha anche pagato lui. Lo passeremo nel tubo, poi si stringe così, in questo modo, e dovremmo risolvere il problema. Vediamo se funziona. Allora, è una cosa molto semplice, però bisogna usare un'accortenza. Meno male che Giovanni aveva un pennarello nell'auto. Allora, bisogna vedere dove sta la perdita, che è qui. Bisogna mettere questo, deve andare, diciamo, più o meno al centro. Quindi facciamo un segno qui che sappiamo che una volta messo andrà a centro. Ok. Ovviamente la perdita è dal lato di sotto, e quindi questo dovrà essere messo in questo modo più o meno, dove sta la guarnizione di plastica.
Okay.
Che dici, la pinza?
Sì,
Cioè, ma che chiave ti ci vuole?
la pinza. Che? Dovrebbe andare ben al di sopra della strada questo. Fatto, adesso vado ad aprire l'acqua e vediamo che cosa succede. Se gocciola ancora vuol dire che ho fatto un pessimo lavoro.
Al momento non sta...
Stai ancora aspettando che esce l'acqua? Non esce, ho fatto una buona riparazione.
Dai, una buona riparazione, ma c'è un altro. Qui almeno...
No!
No. Però sta diminuendo. Ecco Carlo che sta avvitando nuovamente la cravatta. Stiamo provvedendo a riparazione sperando che non si rompa in un altro punto, perché sarebbe oltremodo sconveniente una cosa del genere, e soprattutto perché dovremmo ritornare a prendere un altro pezzo.
No.
Adesso stiamo provando a riaprire l'acqua per vedere se la riparazione è efficace. Al momento la situazione sembra stabile.
No.
E ricomincia a perdere. No, e nel momento
La stringo così.
perde un pochino, forse perché va strinta ancora un po' di più, ma dovremmo essere comunque in grado di risolvere il problema. Carlo sta stringendo ancora un po'.
Stai facendo la telecronaca, Giovanni.
Sta smettendo di versare, quindi sembra che l'efficacia della riparazione sia valida.
Adesso bisogna compattare bene il terreno sotto il tubo, perché ci passiamo esattamente con la macchina sopra. Questo funziona sempre. Compattatore umano.
Magari andrebbero ramati dopo sta qua.
Carlo managed to fix the pipe, and we just had time for a quick look around the vegetable garden before we had to get ready and go meet our guests at the welcome dinner. Join us next week to see how the week progressed. Thanks so much for watching.
Ma anche da quando sono venuto 4-5 giorni fa.
Linda and Joe, do you want to sit down that end on those two? So leave that free for Carlo and Nicki.
Okay. Okay, then I
Do you guys want to sit down that end? So those are you two chairs. Yes. Carlo in the middle.
Years in Region for 10.
Were you?
So I was, yeah.
So why did you stop?
Because I was playing hockey